Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Catherine and I'm so excited to welcome you. Today we're going to be talking about self-love and something I'm very passionate about. So before the video, I would like you to like, subscribe, comment. So yeah, let's get into the video. Yeah, so self-love. Self-love is, for me, I feel like self-love is like a master key to everything, because I believe that nothing can actually work in this life if we do not have self-love. As children, we have no care in the world. We love ourselves, so much, we have all the confidence in the world, but then life starts to happen to us. We start to go to school, we start to get bullied, we start to compare ourselves with others, our parents start to compare us to others. Like, life starts to happen to us. Self-hate or self-doubt starts to be our default. But then, like, okay, so when we grow up, people keep telling us we can't do stuff. We start to like fail at things, and then it starts to like dampen our self-love and self-worth, self-esteem. Like, we start to get rejected by loved ones, by schools, by we start to get rejected by a lot of things, for a lot of things, and we start to like doubt ourselves so much. As we grow up, we start to feel insufficient, and then like self-hate becomes our default. We start to hate ourselves to the point where we give our power to others, and yeah, that is not good. I believe that every human being is a spiritual being and is very powerful, but then I feel like we give our power to others when we let them take away our self-worth, when we give them a lot of power over us. We grow up, we get introduced to the media, the media and social media, and then like we get to see all these people who are praised for being perfect, and then like we start to think, oh my god, maybe if I could be just a little like this person, then maybe I would love myself. We feel like we need to try to be like those people in order to be accepted and loved by everybody. Pray for acceptance from others, and then like we start to soak in a lot of different characters, from people on the media, on social media, that we may lose who we are, or we may never even find who we are, and like that creates a void in our hearts, and we try so hard to fill that void, and we search in the wrongest places. We search in acceptance from others, we search in followers on Instagram, we search in toxic relationships, we search in a lot of negative places. But then like the only thing that can fill that void, the only thing that can make you feel whole, is if you learn to love yourself, if you learn to know who you are. Take some time off the social media, take some time off media, take some time away from people. Like, I know that it's not feasible to say that everybody will be able to like cut off from the world. Yeah, because some people are maybe in situations like, you could be in school where you see people, you have to go to work where you have to relate with people. I understand, but then like take some time to get to know yourself. That is when you're not in school, when you're not in class, when you're not at work. You don't always need to. You could take nights in, you could journal, you could learn to know yourself. I feel like, yes, like how, take for instance, yeah, you meet somebody new. How do you get to fall in love with that person? The only way you can get to fall in love with somebody is if you get to know them. So if you want to, it's the same formula. If you want to love yourself, you have to get to know yourself. That's where you start from. You get to know yourself, you get to know how you think. You could use journaling, learn to see the way you think. So like there are a lot of ways that you could develop self-love, but then the first is getting to know yourself. You have to do self-care. Like self-care is very important. Like how does somebody know that you care for them, or how do you know that somebody cares for you? The person has to take care of you. The person has to go out of their way to do things for you. You could take yourself out on dates. Like you don't really need to be in a relationship. Even if you're in a relationship, I feel like you could take yourself out on dates, like just to make yourself feel special. Or like you could also like get yourself some new things, like from time to time, make yourself feel special. It doesn't need to be expensive. I'm just saying that you make yourself feel good. Like, and always celebrate small wins. Like small wins, big wins, every win is a win. Like you just have to celebrate yourself every single time that you do something that is worthy of celebration. You're supposed to celebrate yourself, because it's very important that you feel celebrated, that you feel loved, that you feel cared for, that you groom properly. Because if you groom properly, you would know that you would, like, okay, let's take this for example. Let's say you're saving for this car, and then like after some years, like you save for years on like years, you save for years, and then you finally get enough money to like get that car. Are you going to leave it unattended to? No, because you love your baby, you love your car. You're going to only give it the best treatments. You're not going to let anybody want to scratch your car. Think of yourself as a king or a queen. Take care of yourself. Like put your mind into it, and like really take care of yourself. Always never see self-care and grooming as a chore. Please do not. It is not a chore. Take it as a hobby. Take it as something that you do to show yourself love. And I feel like another point is, do not discredit your pain. If you feel angry or sad about anything, do not make it seem like you do not have a right to feel that way. And maybe we may think that we don't do that, but then I feel like we do it in the most subtle ways. Like it has become a habit for us, because like in society, when people ask us like, how are you? Like, hi, how are you? The default answer is fine. We're fine. But then are we really always fine when we say fine? Like just saying fine when you're not fine is a way of discrediting your pain. So like I'm not also saying that you should tell people your life story or your life history just because like you don't necessarily need to tell them what's wrong. If somebody tells me how are you and I'm not feeling good, I could say, well, I'm not feeling good, but then I'll pull through, I'll survive. You don't necessarily need to talk about the reason why you are feeling the way you are feeling. You don't need to explain to people. But then I feel like when we should cultivate it as a habit to always tell the truth about our feelings, so that it registers to us in our brains that we are worthy of feeling that way. We tell ourselves that our feelings matter. We tell ourselves that our feelings are important to us, and that we are not ashamed of the way we feel, that we can feel that way and still be us. Don't discredit your pain. Don't discredit anybody else's pain. Without self-love, you cannot truly be successful. Like you may have all the money in the world, yeah? You may have all the cars in the world, everything. You may have all the friends in the world, but then you will not be truly successful until you love yourself. Because I feel like until you love yourself, you will not be able to attract, you would not want good things for yourself. Like there will be mental barriers, and I explain all this in my workbook and planner, like my brand's workbook and planner. If you want to know a lot more about self-love and everything, I feel like you should get my workbook and planner. It is like a formula to help you like be more productive and be more successful. So yeah, so like you need to love yourself to be able to want good things for yourself. You need to be able to love yourself to even like be able to love another person, because yes, you cannot not love yourself and then expect to love another person. That is the primary like cause of toxic relationship, toxicity. Like every relationship that you enter into will be toxic if you do not love yourself, because you have to know how to love yourself first before you can be able to love another person. And that even includes your children. If you do not want your children to go through a whole cycle of like self-hate and everything, I feel like it is best for you to learn to love yourself. Do the work now for future generations, because I feel like a lot of the generations behind us, like they didn't know the importance of self-love. A lot of them, like the women especially, like that were sold off to men, that were that didn't have a say about their lives. They didn't know the power that they had. People took away their power, and like yeah, they didn't know they didn't know their worth. They didn't know all these things, so they were not able to pass it. They tried the best they could. They tried the best they could, but then they weren't able to pass on the self-worth that we need, the self-worth, the self-love, the self-worth, the self-acceptance. They compared us to other people. Like you need to be able to forgive all those things. And I have my mini workbook for like forgiveness and how to heal from past wounds and all those things like that can help you with that. It helps you like rewire your mindset. So I feel like we should try to like rewire our mindsets first, then like our mindsets about ourselves, get to know ourselves, and then like we can start attracting good things to ourselves. Self-love isn't the same as survival instincts, and it is not the same as being selfish. That's just like a note I want to put out. Self-love isn't being selfish. It is not being conceited. It is not being arrogant. It's not a bad thing. Self-love is a good thing. Self-love is pure. Like it is the love that you have for yourself. It's more of like a confidence in yourself. You don't even need to bring another person down to be able to feel good. Like it is pure. It is what we need in this world to be able to move forward. Because like if we have a generation of people that love themselves, I'm telling you, this world would be very much a better place. Like I can't stress enough that self-love is good. It is the key to everything that you would ever desire. Like you can feel without self-love, yes, you can achieve everything that you need to achieve in this life, and then you still feel insufficient. Like you still feel like there's still something else. You will never be satisfied. You will never be satisfied because you're trying to fill in a void that only the love that you are supposed to have for yourself is meant to fill that void. It's the ability for you to accept yourself the way you are, but then still want to be able to live as the best version of yourself. And something else I want to say is that you do not know the amount of things that you like. It takes it takes work to be able to love yourself. It is not easy. It is not a one day's job. It is something that will continue from the moment that you start till the day you die. Like, it takes work, it takes effort, it takes conscious effort. You cannot just sit down and love yourself. So yeah, we've come to the end of this video. But like, before we go, I would like to talk about like more things about my brand. Like, especially with subjects, like a topic like self-love, I feel like my brand can really help you. Like, you should get the products from my brand if you really want to start your self-love journey, your leveling up journey. Like, it's something that you do for yourself. If you invest in products from my brand, I feel like it is going to help you get somewhere in your journey. So I'm going to end the video here. So before we go, I would like to ask you to like, subscribe, comment, share, yeah, and all those fun stuff. See you next time. Bye.